Every episode just starts with us aggressively glaring at the
Just yeah, episode 3. What a great start. Yeah, we're off to a great start.
Today we're going to chat about amps.
Amps.
Yes, that.
They sing. Amps can sing.
Nice. Only if your fingers make it sing.
That's the case.
That sounds so
That
weird.
is the case.
Remember, kids, tone is only in your hands and nowhere else. Pedal companies shouldn't even exist.
Not
we
true.
shouldn't
We
even
love you
use
guys.
amps. We should just play guitars.
Mike's up Telecaster.
If your fingers are good enough, it will sing.
It'll carry.
Stupid.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about amps today. Kind of a bunch of different stuff. We're going to talk about what we're currently using, each of us. We're going to talk about amps we think are cool. We're going to talk about amps that we've had that we regret selling, and mostly an amp that I've had that I regret selling, because you haven't had that experience. But
No, I haven't. I'm sure I will.
I've had a deeply personal and intimate interaction with an amp that I had to let go. You know?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
You've got to learn to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Sweet.
I hate myself for that.
Yeah, I kind of hate you for that too. So yeah, we're going to talk about amps. I guess to dive right in, before we were shooting this, we were talking about what we were going to talk about, and then we were like, why don't we just shoot it and then talk about what we're going to talk about. So Gideon was sharing something, and we'll just jump right in there, and I guess just go for it. So.
Well, I guess... Well, let's talk about amps we have.
Okay, yeah.
Amps we had and then we'll jump into that.
Had first or had?
Had. So, you go first, and then I can segue.
Okay, so we're going to list every amp we've had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, cool.
You first.
First amp, 8th grade. I was 12, 13.
Probably 13.
Maybe 14. I don't know. I was young.
Teenage years.
I was young, and my friends actually pitched together some money and bought me a Fender DSP 25. It was
really?
It was
that.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
It was a little.
Who are your friends? I want them to be my friends.
Yeah, right. It was a little solid state. Little built-in effects, and I mean it was crappy, but like.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, it was sweet. So it was actually a gift from my friends. It was kind of a late. It's kind of late to the guitar thing. I didn't really start playing until like freshman year, 8th grade-ish. So.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I guess.
That's when a lot of players really start.
I just always feel late.
Diving in.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Anyways, so I've had that. The next logical step, obviously, was to get a half stack. Because, and not just any half stack.
Did you really?
It had to be a Marshall half stack.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I did not know this.
So I got a Marshall MG HD FX 100, my dude. Little solid state Marshall half stack head, and it was like a 410. I don't even think it had 12s. I think it had 10s.
Still.
Also with built-in effects, it had a reverb and delay and chorus built in, and
all you need for those classic 80s rock.
Dude, truly, I had my white Epi Les Paul. We'll talk about guitars in different episodes. I don't want to talk about guitars.
Yeah, no guitars.
I didn't play guitars. I just had amps. So
Plugs.
after half stack, that was like freshman year to. Dude, I think I played that freshman and sophomore year. I think I didn't get a tube amp until junior year, maybe, of high school.
Okay.
So this is like 2012 at this point, I think. 2013, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I got a Black Star HT Club 40, which is a great first tube amp, by the way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Black Star's a company basically made of like former Marshall employees who like wanted to make amps a certain way, and Marshall was like, no, and they were like, okay, bye. And so they went and did that, and like it had a wide enough like tone shaping abilities that you could there's this thing called an ISF feature which you could switch between like American and British sounds or blend the two, and then it had like a clean, and then there's basically two cleans. There was like a 6L6 type clean and then EL84 type clean. It was an EL34 amp. So it was, I don't necessarily totally understand how they were like kind of modeling that. But basically, it just like presented a palette of tones that like allowed me to discover what I like and what I didn't like.
Right.
So after that, I bought a Bad Cat. It was a Hot Cat 15. It was a 210, 2006. Pretty much bought it impulsively. I knew I was looking for like a Class A amp, but I got like a really good deal on it. And looking back, it wasn't as good of a deal as I thought it was. But I paid $1,100 for it, which like it was alright, but not worth. I should have gotten like a Black Cat or some kind of like, shouldn't have gotten the Hot Cat. Anyways, it did actually sound pretty good. I liked the clean channel on that, and it was like beige with like the grill cloth was gold, and it was like an elk blood. It was beautiful, dude.
A trendy looking amp.
I think we'll throw a photo of it or something and insert it into the video. Maybe not.
Or we could post it on Instagram.
That's true. We could do that too. Yeah, we could do that. And then, oh man.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. So then, there was a point. It was sophomore year of college. I was like, man, I just kind of want my dream amp. So sold a bunch of crap, including that Bad Cat, and I sold a Les Paul. I had a
Jazzmaster too, right?
Well, see, I had a J Mascis Jazzmaster that I traded for a Les Paul Studio, a straight trade. Some dude traded me a straight trade. It was a USA Studio, dude. So I was like, heck yeah! So I got it literally just to sell. So got it, sold it for like $760 on eBay, and then sold the amp for $15, which was not too bad.
Actually.
Yeah.
You made $400 on that junk.
Totally.
Good job.
Totally side rant here, but dude, UPS put a hole through the road case.
I heard that, dude.
So
Yikes.
the Bad Cat was the first amp that I started buying road cases for my amps, and that was the first one I did that on. So I shipped it in that to this guy in West Virginia, and like it got there, and I got a text from him saying, "Hey, dude, did this road case have a hole through the front of it when you had?" I was like, "No." So shout out to UPS for that, but I never fought him on it.
Always get the insurance.
Yeah, definitely get the insurance.
Because then UPS can pay for it.
Anyways, the suspense is killing some people, I can tell.
Oh, I know.
So I bought it was a 2008 Matchless Clubman. Head and 212 cab, came in road cases, drove, we live in Nashville, drove all the way up to Ohio to meet this guy. He drove from Canada. It was like 13 hours of driving total that day to get this thing. Dude, that amp was so good.
So nice.
Oh, it was literally, it was in
dude.
perfect condition. Like, y'all, the hype on Matchless is not hype at all.
It's totally real.
And I know there's like dudes on 60 Cycle homepage right now like laughing at us because they're like, Matchless chieftain, but y'all, Matchless amps are the real deal. There is a sound that like just is unlike anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So
presence, dude.
I loved that amp. Got to use it on the record we made last spring, which I'm stoked about because the guitars sound super good.
Yeah, they sound great.
So that was good, but then over the summer, one thing led to another, and I know the YouTube trolls are gonna laugh at me here, but I needed to buy a car. I didn't have a car. It has $3,000 Matchless, doesn't have car.
That's totally the stereotype, dude.
Dude, it really is. So I was like,
So
man,
good.
I've got this amp. I'm only 19. I feel like there might be some time for me to get this again. And through like a series of, I don't know, just talks and hangs, and just kind of figured that like, I should probably sell this amp. Buy a car. Which is not an amp.
Oh, man.
But I ended up getting a sick Volvo wagon, which was cool.
AKA the Dadmobile.
The Dadmobile.
It's trendy, y'all. It really is.
Gear capacity. Anyways, so sold that with the idea that I was gonna like downgrade, but just get something different. So I wanted to get something like totally different from the Matchless because I knew that if I got some kind of other Class A type thing, I was just gonna be disappointed. So I ended up getting the amp that's in the corner there. It's a 1974 Silverface Deluxe Reverb.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it from a gentleman in Kentucky, and when I got the amp, it was literally dead stock, down to the factory tubes, everything. And so I had it, did like the full recap, retube, power, cable upgrade, all that stuff.
Right.
and yeah, that's where I'm at now. So when we're gonna do some playing later of
Probably
the
just
amps.
some brief stuff.
Yeah, not like too much.
I don't want the video to be too long.
Yeah, we may do like a episode 3 part B or something where we just like play some amps and you can listen to what we're doing, but whatever.
It's alright.
Gear hangs. I don't know why I just said that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Cool. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm at now. So here's the interesting thing is that I've actually got this amp listed for sale right now. The group that I'm in, the band that I'm in, we're starting to kind of hit the road a little more, and I don't know, man. There's something that sketches me out about bringing something 43 years old on the road.
You're telling me?
And it's not that it... Yeah, really.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's not that it's not reliable. I just don't love... Like, we were just in... like the Northeast in January. It was Philly, New York, New Jersey, and we got pounded with snow, and this thing's going from a trailer, and literally just like from the walk to the trailer into the venue, got completely covered in snow, like the road case. But still, I mean, so it's super cold, and then you throw it on stage, and then it's like, it tries to cut your knees open, and it's just pretty savage. But so anyways, I've got that listed for sale. I think I'm going to I'd like to go back to a matchless, and I think
I'd like to go back to a matchless.
The main...
Get a matchless.
I mean, yes, they sound friggin' good, and that's a thing, but honestly, the bigger reason I think to own a boutique amp is the reliability, and I think that's something that I just didn't really think about or took for granted, because I was like, oh, they sound so good, which is true, but like the DC-30 was created to be a more reliable 60s Vox, DC-30. That was the goal. And yes, they had some sound things they tweaked, and they did it right, but Bad Cat and Dr. Z and all these companies, they make reliable amps, and I think that's something that should be thought of.
And they've got great customer service to back it up.
Totally.
So
for
that's
sure.
Really nice. Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, so that's kind of my situation.
Amp situation. Mine is definitely not that long. Cool. So first amp, my dad bought it for me actually. It was what Christmas was that? That was a good Christmas. It was my introduction to electric guitar.
Whoa.
So I got a guitar and an amp.
Nice.
On Christmas.
What kind of guitar was it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, come on.
Strat.
Oh, dude.
One of the
never trust a man with a Strat.
Words to live by.
Dude, life motto. Just saying.
It is what it is. Anyways, we'll talk guitars later.
Yeah.
But the amp was a Line 6 Spider 4.
Ooh, Spider 4.
Spider 4.
I
Thing was loud,
4.
man.
How many watts, bro?
75 or something.
What?
It was so loud. And well, my parents were just like, "Can you turn it down, please?" I'm
Dude, literally.
Mom, I can't.
I literally can't, Mom.
It's all the way down. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know. It had all those effects and stuff. It came with a little board with
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was my first amp.
Nice.
And then started playing at church a lot, and someone pulled me aside one day and
listen to her son.
No, he pulled me aside. He's like, "So when you gonna get a tube amp?" And I was like, "What are those?"
What's that?
What's that? And he's like, "Oh, just look into it and get one, and you'll start playing more." Okay, because I guess that's related. And so after a long time of saving up and working, because again, high school student. Or middle school student.
Whoa.
Super poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's zero money. My buddy Troy, that orange amp was actually his first. So Mitchell...
Wow, you really did have an orange amp.
No, it's not an orange.
Oh.
That orange Morrison.
Oh, it's just orange.
Yeah, the color's orange.
Oh, okay.
No.
Cool.
My buddy Mitchell Morrison was building amps at the time. I think he still is. I'm not really sure what he's doing. But he built a amp based off an old Fargan. An old Fargan circuit. 6L6 bass, tube amp.
Interesting.
That he actually built for my friend, and then he wanted to upgrade, and so he sold me that one for pretty cheap,
Nice.
like $250, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
And so I bought that from him. And that was my tube amp for a long time, up until I moved to Belmont here in Nashville. And then, let's see here. After that, I just wanted something new. No. I remember the output transformer on that thing blew.
Oh.
So that's why that thing doesn't work. It's just kind of sitting in my room right now.
I
should really get rid of that.
I was wondering about them.
Yeah, it didn't blow. It just has some weird issues. So the OT blew, and I called Mitchell. I was like, hey man, this happened to this. And he's like, oh, well, that's my fault for something. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
I'll take it. He's like, I'll build you. I got a new circuit that I really like. I'll build it for you at cost. Okay. $400 later. Actually, I think I paid total of $700. I paid $400 for the head, and then $300 for this cab. Actually,
that cab right there.
Yeah, this cab over here.
Yeah, the blue cab.
Which is it's a 210 Jensen, but the amp that he built was it's like an old Fender Pro circuit, like from the 50s, like an old Tweed.
Yeah.
There it is. Again, 606 based.
Very cool.
25 watts, 28 watts, depending on your bias. You get cathode or fixed on the back.
Nice.
It was super rad, and then for a long time I just like felt discontent and like was hearing something in my head.
Like scientists
like we are. Yeah, I mean no, I just like heard this sound. Like I really want to find that sound, and so after a long time, 3 years I think, I discovered Blake Mills. And he was playing these Bell & Howell amps. So after like a long time, like scouring the internet, finally found one and had one of my friends help me fix it up. And that's what I'm using now.
Okay.
And it's a feel thing. Like audibly, it's there. Like it just sounds good, but it's ultimately just comes down to how it feels in your hands and how it reacts with how you play. So that's what I really like about it. But yeah, that's my amp journey.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's great. So is that episode 3, or we can do some playing now, I think?
You want to play? Let's play.
I'm down to play a little bit.
Let's play a little bit. A couple minutes each. Kind of show you our vibe.
Yeah, so the point I think I want to do, this is going to be our first time playing Gear Hangs, but I kind of would like it to be more of how like each of us would use the amps, not necessarily here's a demo of this amp, because again there are literally hundreds of demos of amps on YouTube. And if you want to hear how it sounds, go play it in person, because it's never going to sound good mic'd, first of all. But second of all, like I like pedals, so I'm going to use pedals. Gideon can actually play guitar, so he's going to plug straight in, and that's just how we're going to do it. So take it or leave it,
Here we go. This is where we're going to go like this. And we're going to cut to playing. So, ready? 2, 3, cut.
Sweet. So we're going to start off here doing some clean sounds. I'm going to be on the neck humbucker here. I've got Walrus Audio Deep 6 compressor and the left side of the Sky Pedals Cloud 9 reverb on. This is what that sounds like. We're down to the bridge. Turn on the Morning Glory, back to the neck. To the bridge. Getting the L cap on, back to the neck. Getting the 808 on.
after rocking my telly, I'm going to start out here on the neck pickup. Just going to move on to the middle position here. And finally, the bridge position.
Sweet, y'all.
That was episode 3.
Episode 3. We just realized that we did not talk about the guitars that we were playing at all, just as a little like basis for what we were using. So this is a 1977 Gibson ES335 in walnut. It's got stock coil split on it, original pickups, bone nut, refret, repro tuners. But the stuff that should be stock is stock. Sweet guitar, my dream guitar, honestly.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then this is, I guess now a parts caster. It was a Mexican telly, but I put new pickups in it, new bridge, new wiring, whole 9 yards. It sounds great. Sounds like me. So
Definitely sounds like me.
yeah. Also, the cables we're using are from Runway Audio. Our boy Austin really
They are hooking us
does
up
good
with
work.
that. My whole board's wired with those and all this white cable and seafoam. They sound so good. So check them out on Instagram, at Runway Audio.
Mm-hmm.
They're making some great stuff.
Yeah,
So
give him a call.
definitely, Gideon's gonna shred us on out of here, and that'll be episode 3. Thanks, guys. Stank face, my dude.
Ooh, that's good.
Thanks, y'all.